Hi, this is Eric Chaboty, your Sullivan County Undersheriff with the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office. So now I'd like to talk about motor safety. While you're driving around Sullivan County, it's a whole different ballgame as opposed to New York City. The speeds are faster, the roads are darker. Sometimes you're on a town road with no lines. There's no center line, there's no shoulder lines. You really have to drive carefully. If you're on a road that has no posted speed limit, technically the speed limit's 55 miles per hour, and you can get into trouble quick, especially in inclement weather when it starts raining. You know, if it hasn't rained for a while, the oil comes up on the road, and then you go around a curb after it just rained, and the next thing you know, you're skidding sideways. So we really need you to exercise caution while driving on the roads in Sullivan County. The big thing is speeders. The speeds, I don't know if it was COVID or what it is, but people, for some reason, they have a tendency to drive like they're in a race. And that's where they get into trouble. You really need to obey the speed limits. You have to yield to the other vehicles that you share the road with. And it's real important to exercise courtesy and safety. You know, always the first week or two of the summer, I hear all sorts of complaints. Oh my God, these drivers are here. They're rude, they're cutting people off, they're doing excessive speed, they're not stopping for stop signs. I mean, there's a whole laundry list I can go through. And the problem is, those first few weeks, we usually have a lot of accidents, and some of them can cause injuries. They keep Pozzolo busy. So what we need you to do is really watch the speed limit. You know, we're not out there to give every single person a ticket, but we have to give you a warning. I mean, if you're doing something excessive, you'll probably get a ticket. So it's important to obey the speed limit. And if you have children that are brand new drivers, maybe they're 16 years old, they just got their permit, their license, whatever, please be a good parent and tell them to slow down so that they arrive at their destination in one piece. We don't want them getting injured.
Things change after the first few weeks?
Yeah, it kind of, after the first few weeks, after the initial
in the summer, like it's
in the summer. If the initial 2 weeks, people start slowing down and being a little more careful, but the first couple of weeks is crazy. And we really need your help in making it safe to drive on the roads in Sullivan County. So please help us out, obey the speed limit, watch the signs. In some places, parking's restricted because the roads are narrow. Please obey all those signs and just make it safe for everybody to come to Sullivan County and enjoy themselves. Drive safely. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can I ask you a couple of questions?
Sure.
Thank you. People think that some say that, let's say 55 miles per hour here in the 17B, people assume that they're never going to get a ticket less than, let's say, 65 miles per hour. Is that so?
So I think your question is, do police officers allow a certain amount of miles over the posted speed limit? Correct. I think that's your question.
Yes.
So officially, no. You're supposed to do the speed limit. Sometimes you have a situation where there are multiple cars coming at you, coming into the radar, and you try to figure out who is the offender and who is not. You will never get anybody to tell you, yes, there's a hard and fast rule that they give 5, 10, 15 miles over the limit before you get a ticket. You'll never get anybody to tell you that officially. Does that happen? It could. But the bottom line is, please stay within the speed limit, and you'll never have to regret it. You'll always be safe.
And how often is the sheriff, I can see here, let's say the 17B, or that the sheriffs are, deputies are staying there to watch the speed or reckless driving?
Okay, so you asked about 17B. We actually have an initiative this year. There's been so many accidents, some of them fatal, serious injuries. So we have an initiative this year. We actually started it last year, but it's continuing this year, where we have deputies dedicated at certain times of the day to enforcing the speed limits and the driving, the reckless driving, and passing on the shoulder, and all the bad habits that people bring with them. And so we're out there. 17 is actually a safety corridor. 17B, I should say, is a safety corridor for us this year, and we're concentrating on the bad driving habits that get people into trouble out there. So when you're traveling on 17B, be extra vigilant, because the police are out there, we're out there, the state police are out there, and the constables in the town of Bethel are out there. And if you come into some of these speed zones, they're waiting for you. So please obey the speed limit. It's for your safety and the safety of everybody.
And how does it interfere? When is the sheriff out there, and when is the New York State Police, or they have their own?
So you want me to tell you when they're there, so you can speak?
No, not this.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So it's random. It's random hours for us. Either we have a dedicated patrol that goes out there certain times of the day, or when a deputy has some downtime, he's between calls and nothing's going on, he'll sit out there and run radar or look for drivers that are violating the law. So there's no hard and fast rule. You can expect them any time of the day, 24 hours a day.
And you're working together, all the different departments of state,
yes,
local?
absolutely, absolutely. If one of my deputies goes out there and they see a Bethel constable there, they'll go somewhere else. You know, we're not in competition with them.
You never. The sheriff is usually not on the 17 in New York State.
So 17. Listen, there's a lot of state troopers out there, and the taxpayers are paying for us, the sheriff's office, to be on the back roads. So there's really no reason to duplicate what's going on 17. But we're supposed to concentrate on the back roads and do that enforcement. That being said, if a deputy is on his way somewhere and he sees a violation, he will make a stop on 17. Don't think you can blow past a deputy car at 100 miles an hour and not get pulled over. You will. But as a rule, we encourage our deputies not to sit out there. They need to be on the back roads where the taxpayers in the county are paying for us to be. So that's why we concentrate on the secondary roads as opposed to State Route 17.
Thank you so much. And
Thank
let's
you.
hope for a safe summer.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you.